When people think of China, many picture crowded cities or grand monuments. But step a little outside the city and you enter a different world, vast, majestic. And sometimes it makes you feel small in the face of nature. This is a country where, in a single trip, you can stand among the giant stone pillars of Zhangjiajie, where the mist drifts by like a scene from a movie. You can lose yourself among the jade-green lakes of Zhujiagu Valley, where the water is so clear it mirrors the sky. And then, the next morning, you can watch the sea of clouds rolling under your feet on Huangshan Mountain, a view once seen in ancient inkwash paintings. In the south, Guilin and Yangshuo open up a softer China limestone hills curling along the Li River, where people still pole bamboo rafts over calm water. Meanwhile, Yunnan and Tibet feel higher and farther wide-open plateaus, prayer flags fluttering in the wind, gorges so deep you can hear the river echo from the bottom. And then there are places that feel almost unreal, like the Zhangye Danxia Rainbow Mountains in Gansu, natural bands of color layered over millions of years, making you feel like you're standing on another planet. But China isn't just seen, it's tasted. Food here shifts with each region and climate. Sichuan brings a bold, tingling heat you won't forget. Cantonese is light and refined. Beijing is famous for glossy, crispy skin roast duck. In the mountains of Yunnan, fresh ingredients from forests and highlands create distinct flavors. From steaming hand-pulled noodles to bubbling hot pot, every meal is part of the local story. China is so vast, you can't take it all in on one trip. But maybe that vastness is the real draw. Each region has its own mood. Some fierce, some gentle, some so quiet you can hear the wind. And on this journey, we'll step into the most striking landscapes, one by one, not to check a box, but to truly feel a China that's ancient, wild, and full of surprises. First stop, Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, Honam. Zhangjiajie is unlike anywhere you've seen. Thousands of tall sandstone pillars rise from the ground like natural towers. Many are over 200 meters high, wrapped in green moss with trees clinging to the tops. When mist rolls through the valley, the whole scene turns surreal. It feels like you're standing in a fantasy world. A great 2-day route starts at Yuanjiajie, home to the Avatar Hallelujah Mountain. Walk the cliffside trails. You'll see layer after layer of rock formed over millions of years. Viewpoints like First Bridge Under Heaven give you a sweeping look over the stone valley below. Then take the Bailong Elevator, the highest outdoor elevator in the world. It saves you a tough climb and shoots you up beside sheer cliffs. In the afternoon, head to Tianzi Mountain to chase the sea of clouds. If you're lucky, clouds drift between the pillars, and the light shifts every minute. It's pure cinema. On day 2, visit Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon and step onto the famous glass bridge. The clear floor lets you look straight down hundreds of meters, thrilling and unforgettable. Also consider Tianmen Mountain near the city center, with its natural Heaven's Gate and the Road of 99 Bends. Here, visitors don't just take photos. You'll learn how erosion shaped these unique sandstone pillars, about the subtropical forest ecosystem, and about the Tujia people who live in the area. At night, you can watch traditional shows with folk music and dance, adding culture to the wonder of nature. Hunan cuisine is known for bold spice and big aromas. Steamed fish, head with fresh chilies, is a signature dish, spicy, yet sweet and tender. Stir-fried pork with green chilies, crispy stinky tofu, and steaming hot rice noodles are must-tries. If you're not used to heat, ask for a milder level, because the local palate is pretty intense. After a day of hiking, a bubbling, spicy hot pot in the cool air really hits the spot. Around Wulingyuan in the city center, you'll find lots of small tea and coffee shops with balconies facing the mountains. Sip a cup of Hunan green tea and watch the rock ridges fade into the evening mist. It's a moment when you can truly feel the grandeur of nature here. Travel tip: go early to avoid crowds and catch the clouds. Buy multi-day bundle tickets to save money. Bring good trekking shoes because there are lots of stairs. And check the weather before you go because fog can block the view. Most important, don't just go to check in. Spend a few quiet minutes standing still among the sea of rocks and clouds. Because Zhangjiajie is at its best when you truly feel how small you are next to nature. After the sandstone pillars shooting straight into the sky at Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, where nature has shaped a world that feels almost surreal, our journey continues to another icon of China. If Zhangjiajie is a masterpiece carved by nature over millions of years, the next stop is a work built by human hands over centuries, a structure set in legend to be visible from space. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall is not just a wall that runs for thousands of kilometers. It's a symbol of China's will and history. For international travelers, it's almost a must-go at least once in your life destination. If you start from Beijing, you have many ways to visit. The most popular and easiest is Badaling. It's well restored and great. But if you want fewer crowds and bigger views, Mutianyu is a strong choice. Here, you can take a cable car up, walk along the watchtowers, and even ride a toboggan back down the mountain, a pretty fun experience. Although both are part of the Great Wall, they are actually two different sections located in separate areas. For trekking fans, Jinshanling feels more original. It's less restored, rough, and wild. Walking along the walls that curve over the hills, you'll really feel the scale and the effort millions of people put into building this project. At the wall, visitors don't just take photos. You also learn about the dynasties from Qin to Ming, about ancient defenses and old military strategies. The watchtowers, arrow slits, and steep steps tell stories from a turbulent time. Food around the Beijing area is also a highlight you shouldn't miss. Peking duck with its shiny, crispy skin is the most famous dish. There's also jjajangmian, steamed dumplings, and street skewers that are very tempting. If you want something more local, stop by the small roadside eateries where people eat after work. Near the Mutianyu and Jinshanling sections, there are many small tea and coffee shops looking out over rolling mountains. Sipping a hot cup of tea after hiking the wall, then watching the sun slowly set behind the ranges, that's a moment you won't forget. Travel tip: go early in the morning to avoid crowds and harsh sun. Wear good sneakers because many steps are steep. Bring water and sunscreen, and if you want a quieter experience, choose Mutianyu or Jinshanling instead of Badaling. Most importantly, don't just walk a short stretch, then turn back. Take time to stand on the wall, look into the distance, and imagine yourself in the flow of thousands of years of history. Standing on the Great Wall, you can feel the length of history. But as we leave the stone walls winding through the northern hills, this journey takes us somewhere very different, where nature tells the story. If the Great Wall is a symbol of human will, our next stop is proof of the raw beauty that nature gives us. Next is Jiuzhagu Valley, a place that makes you wonder if those watercolors are real. The emerald lakes are so clear, you can see tree trunks resting on the bottom. The surface sits like a mirror, reflecting the sky, white clouds, and the mountains and forests around it. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site, it's not just beautiful, it feels almost unreal. For a full-day visit, the ideal route starts in the Rise Valley. The park shuttle bus takes you to the highest point first, then you can walk down. Five Flower Lake is the showstopper. In sunlight, the water shifts from blue to emerald, with hints of gold from minerals and plants below. Stand here and you'll see why it's called the Jewel of Sichuan. Carry on to Panda Lake and the multi-tiered waterfalls along the wooden boardwalk through the forest. It feels like stepping into a fairy tale grove. Water spills in thin, white sheets, mixing with the wind and the whisper of leaves to make a soothing sound. The walkway blends with nature, letting visitors explore without harming the ecosystem. In the afternoon, Zhejiang Valley feels wider and more open. Long Lake, the deepest and largest in the area, sits between high peaks. In winter, the mountains are white with snow. In autumn, red and gold leaves mirror on the water, creating an almost perfect scene. Visit in September or October, and the whole valley glows like a living painting. Sichuan food is a must on this trip. Sichuan hot pot with the numbing heat of peppercorns has you eating and gasping between bites. Kung Pao chicken, mapo tofu, and fish cooked with red chiles are standouts. If you're not used to spicy food, ask for a milder version, or try dan dan noodles and light stir-fried vegetables. In the cool mountain air, a steaming hot pot warms you right up. Around the lodges, you'll find many tea and coffee houses in Tibetan style. Wood interiors, hand-woven rugs, and warm amber lights make them feel so welcoming. Sit by the window as the mountains and forests fade into dusk. Sip a hot tea, and time seems to slow down. Travel tip: set aside at least one full day in the park, or two if you want to do more hiking. Bring a light jacket, even in summer, because the temperature changes fast. Go early to avoid crowds and catch good light. And always stick to the wooden walkways to protect the environment. Most importantly, don't rush from one spot to another. Pause by a lake, take a deep breath of the fresh air, and let the silence here truly touch you. After the tingling spice and the towering ranges of Sichuan, our journey turns to eastern China, a place where nature is quieter and more contemplative. Mist and seas of cloud shape a very different kind of beauty. If Sichuan overwhelms you with color and energy, the next destination leaves you speechless with its calm and cultural depth. Tibet, the land close to the sky. Tibet sits on the highest plateau in the world, with an average elevation over 4,000 meters. Just setting foot here is a special experience. Most trips start in Lhasa, the capital of this land. The standout site is Potala Palace, once the home of the Dalai Lamas. This massive white and red complex is striking not only for its size, it's also a key spiritual center of Tibetan Buddhism. Inside are murals, Buddha statues, and sacred halls that reveal the depth of faith here. From Potala, you can walk around the Barkor Quarter and visit Jokhang Temple, the most sacred temple in Tibet. Pilgrims prostrate on the stone and spin prayer wheels. The atmosphere feels unique, quiet, yet full of spiritual energy. If you have more time, head out of the city to see Yamdrok Lake, a turquoise lake ringed by mountains. Go farther to the Everest Base Camp on the Tibetan side, where you can see Mount Everest from a different, awe-inspiring angle. In Tibet, it's not just about the views. You learn about Vajrayana Buddhism, the nomadic life on the plateau, and the deep bond between people in this harsh, beautiful land. In the evenings in Lhasa, you may catch Tibetan cultural shows with traditional music, folk dances, and colorful costumes. Tibetan cuisine is quite different from other regions of China. Yak meat, Tibetan cattle, is the main ingredient in many dishes. You can try momo steamed Tibetan dumplings or a hot bowl of thukpa. Yak butter tea is a traditional drink. It's rich and salty, unusual for visitors, but perfect for the cold climate. Travel tip: set aside at least 1-2 days at the start so your body can adjust to the altitude. Drink plenty of water and avoid strenuous activity right after you arrive. Prepare the travel permits you need, as Tibet has its own rules. Always respect sacred spaces at temples and monasteries. Most of all, don't rush. Tibet isn't a place to just check off. It's a place to feel the vast sky and the depth of faith. After the high skies and thin air of Tibet, where every step slows among prayer flags and the mighty Himalaya, our journey drops in altitude, but not in emotion. If Tibet is a world of spirit and high plateau, then our next stop is the center of power, history, and culture of China for centuries: Beijing. Beijing is not only the capital, it's also the historic heart of China for more than 800 years. This is where the Ming and Qing dynasties set their court, where decisions that changed the nation's fate were made behind vermilion walls. The ideal route starts in the city center. First is Forbidden City, a palace complex over 720,000 square meters, with thousands of rooms. Walk Meridian Gate past one wide courtyard after another and enter Palace of Supreme Harmony. You'll see why this was once called the center of the world. Perfect symmetry, golden roofs, and dragon motifs show feng shui principles and imperial power. After exploring Forbidden City, walk up to Jingshan Park just to the north. From the top of this small hill, you can see the whole sweep of the Red Palaces, one of the most striking views in Beijing. On day 2, visit Temple of Heaven, where emperors held rites to pray for good harvests. Round blue roofs on square bases reflect the idea of round heaven, square earth in Chinese culture. Next is Summer Palace, the imperial garden with the vast Kunming Lake, and a long corridor decorated with thousands of paintings. It was the royal summer retreat. Today, it's a perfect place to stroll, take in the scenery, and feel the harmony between architecture and nature. Beijing food is a must. Peking duck with glossy, crispy skin, rolled with thin pancakes and scallions, is the most famous dish. You'll also find jjajangmyeon, steamed dumplings, mutton hot pot, and bold, tasty skewers. If you want something special, look for imperial cuisine restaurants that recreate dishes from the royal courts. Travel tip: book Forbidden City tickets in advance, as daily numbers are limited. Use the subway to move fast and save money. Wear comfortable shoes because the sights are huge. And if you have time, wake up early and head to a local park to watch morning life. Most importantly, don't just look at the grand landmarks. Listen to the stories behind each golden roof and each narrow alley. It's the blend of past and present that makes Beijing one of the most unique capitals in Asia. After the solemn rhythm and deep history of Beijing, where every building carries the mark of an empire, our journey turns south to a city with a completely different energy. If Beijing is the ancient seat of power, the next stop is where east meets west, where skyscrapers reflect their lights on the sea: Hong Kong. Hong Kong impresses at first sight. The skyline along Victoria Harbor is seen as one of the most beautiful in the world. The ideal route starts at Victoria Peak. Take the peak tram to the top, and the whole city opens beneath you. Glass towers catching the sun, a busy harbor full of boats, and green mountains in the distance. At night, when thousands of lights switch on, the view turns cinematic. Then head down to Central and walk along the waterfront. The Star Ferry is a must. The short ride between Hong Kong Island and Tsim Sha Tsui gives you a different angle on the city's sea breeze, lights, and skyscrapers reflecting on the water. In the evening, stroll the Avenue of Stars to watch the Symphony of Lights, a show that syncs building lights with music. It's the moment you feel Hong Kong is a city that never sleeps. The next day, leave the buzzing financial district for Lantau Island. Here you'll find the Tiantan Buddha, a giant bronze statue sitting among the hills. Climb the stone steps, and the air turns quiet and open. Hong Kong isn't only concrete and glass, it also has mountains and the sea. Hong Kong cuisine blends classic Cantonese with Western influence. Dim sum is a must shrimp, har gow, sumai, golden custard buns, Cantonese roast duck with crisp skin, light wonton noodles, and rich egg tarts are dishes you can't miss. In the Cha Chan Teng, those local diners try strong Hong Kong milk tea, a true icon of the city. Travel tip when traveling in China: prepare payment apps and offline maps because some international services may be limited. Bring cash or the right cards. Check visa requirements before moving between regions. And always make time to learn the local culture for a fuller experience. Most importantly, stay flexible and open. Every city in China has its own personality, and Hong Kong is proof of that diversity. After a journey across Tibet's sacred plateau, the historic sights of Beijing, and the city glowing by Victoria Harbor in Hong Kong, China comes into view as a land of contrasts and depth, a place of epic nature, long history, and modern cities that never stop moving. There are moments that overwhelm you with scale and history, and there are simple ones too, when you stand still as the city lights come on, or enjoy a hot meal in a busy street. If this journey inspires you to explore, don't forget to follow and share which place impressed you most: Tibet, Beijing, or Hong Kong. And who knows, our next destination might open up a whole new world.